welcome to my channel. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to talk to you today about how I was able to secure a $49,000 payout from connecting with an insurance company literally by sending a freaking email. We'll tap into this here in a second. So I know that I talk about travel medical agencies most of the time with midterm rentals. You know, I'm in the short-term rental space too. But as far as midterm rentals, most people think that it's typically a travel nurse that's going to come in and stay for 90 days at a time. Business travelers, that's another thing, right? So business travelers coming in for staying a month or 2 months or whatever it is. But there's actually a whole nother sector that is involved with midterm rentals. And I was aware of it, but I didn't put enough energy into it. And you guys, this is a freaking gold mine. So insurance companies, they do contracts too. So just so you know, somebody can be displaced from a property due to a fire, water damage, and it's estimated right now that there are over 3 million people that are actually not evicted from their homes, but displaced from their properties due to what I just was talking about. So 3 million people are leaving their homes a year because of water damage or a fire that erupts or something that happens within the property. And guess what? Insurance companies actually have to pay for these individuals to go somewhere. So for me, I finally realized that, you know, kind of sort of by accident, that insurance companies will actually pay more than what the travel medical agencies do. And I'm seeing a lot of success, not only with myself in this atmosphere, but also other people have done this same thing. So there is actual proof to concept behind it. So you're probably asking yourself, what do I need to do to get started? How do I find an insurance company? So I'll break this down for you. What I teach in my masterclass for how to get contracts with travel medical professionals is reaching out to the source, finding out what agencies they're working with, finding the recruiter, and all this stuff is exactly the same concept when it comes to the travel, or excuse me, not travel. See, I can't even wrap my head around this either. Speaking with the actual insurance agencies, there's insurance adjusters that actually handle situations when a property burns down. There's rehousing specialists, and they do exactly what I'm talking about. If somebody's displaced, they'll find a property for them. So I happened to send an email to a rehousing specialist. I called an agency and just said, hey, I am looking to see if you've had anybody that's been displaced from a property for whatever reasons. I want to get on your preferred provider list as a vendor. I am currently operating right now as a midterm rental operator specifically for travel medical professionals, but we actually want to branch out and do more in the midterm space. And if you guys have anybody that can help me with this, please let me know. And they gave me some information, a adjuster's phone number and her email address. So what did I do? I have templates that I put together for blasting out emails usually it's bi-weekly or monthly. A relocation specialist, I'm sending emails to them directly every couple weeks just to make sure that they know I'm here. Because again, out of sight, out of mind, they won't even know what you have going on. So I connected with this company called ALE Solutions, sent an email, literally got an email back, and then I placed a phone call and connected with an individual there that works there. And she actually told me that there's a family that's displaced right now in my city, and they were staying in a hotel. And in that hotel, they had 2 rooms that were rented out. And just so you guys know, like, there's not any really nice hotels in my market at all. I mean, the nicest hotel is like a Holiday Inn Express, and that's even kind of a little beat up because it's just not the greatest. But anyway, and they charge a crap load just to be in one single room that has 2 twin beds or 2 queen beds or whatever, whatnot. So that family is a family of 7, and they were renting 2 rooms because 2 of their children are over the age of 17 and they want to have their own separate space, which sounds kind of cool. If I was 17, I'd probably want to have my own space too, but not share it with my brother. In that situation, this is what happened. The insurance company was paying over $500 a night. So now if you do math, 500 times 30, that's $15,000 a month is what they're paying for 2 rooms for them to stay in this crappy Holiday Inn Express hotel. Not worth it at all. When I talked to the initial relocation specialist, she had mentioned to me, what is my price? At that point, I decided on $8,100. I don't know why my brain just automatically went to that number, but she didn't even think twice. She said, great, let me get this together. I will get this over to, her boss. And literally within a day, they were working on putting together the contract with me. And that contract included how much I'm going to be charging a month. If they allow pets, in this situation, they had pets, so they wanted to make sure that I was cool with pets. And number 3, they wanted the family to actually walk the property. Take a look at it, see what it feels like, something tangible, if that's where they wanted to be, if that's where they wanted to stay. Anyway, they ended up thumbs upping it. Is that even a freaking word? But I just made it up. If not, thumbs upping. Yeah, that's a word. I just made it. Anyway, so they walked through the property. They loved it, and here we are 2 months later, and I'm getting paid $8,100 a month. In my clause, I wrote that I needed to get 2 months up front, so first month's, last month's deposit, and a security deposit. So they gave me, I think it was 24 grand. You'll see a video that I made somewhere in here in this video. I'll make sure that you guys see a little TikTok video or whatever the hell I made. So you guys know that I'm not bullshitting you, and this is actually really true. You guys, this is such a big deal because, again, we're going back to thinking about just grabbing data that's in our backyards, that's on Google for free, connecting with these agencies, and we're talking about building a sustainable, viable business over a long term of time. And this is another one of those beautiful things with midterm renting, that you have the ability to do that. You can get into a business that, and you might not be every time that you have somebody that's displaced from a fire or has water damage or something happens to the property that they need to vacate for whatever time while crews come in to reconstruct the property. But I'll give you this. These are 3 actionable steps that you guys can take, like literally today after watching this video. Just connect with local agencies. And what I mean by that is look up whatever local companies, insurance companies that you have, home, fire, whatever, whatnot, in your backyard, and just call them and say, hey, my name is Jesse. I own a company called AirVenture, and we house midterm rentals specifically for travel nurses or for insurance companies. We want to make sure that we we have a solution for those folks that are displaced from their properties, and we have something that's cozy, that's comfortable, that will feel, like a home away from a home. Because again, you guys, imagine yourselves being in that same situation where you're displaced from your property and your shit's all burnt up, and that sucks. Like, I can't even think about it. So being able to stay in somebody's property where you bring their families together, and they can have a meal together. In this situation, the family I was talking about earlier, they couldn't sit down and eat dinner together, and that was something they did on a regular basis. And in these little hotel rooms, they couldn't do that. So for me, that was a really big selling point, that I want to be able to make sure that my guests, whether it's Airbnb, midterm rentals, that they have a place to create memories, and they have a place to sense of space where they have their family and they can have a meal together, break bread together, enjoy drinks, all that other good stuff. So definitely reach out to local companies and just talk about what I just mentioned right now. Connect with national agencies too. Don't just connect with your specific local companies. Connect with the national agencies, Farmers, Allstate, all those big boys that are in the insurance space that have a bunch of people that are obviously connected to them. Remember, everybody that has a home has to have insurance, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. I know I do, and I don't know if I was forced to have insurance. Yeah, I actually was forced because the lender said I needed to have it. So yeah, you have to have insurance. Sorry, end of story. So connect with those national agencies and literally just start creating a database where you have emails that are put together specifically for those relocation specialists. And as you kind of reach out to them every month, just talk about a property that you have that's coming on or that will be available on a certain date, that you're available if you need to be right away, that you're able to help a family quickly. And don't also discredit connecting with actual BNI agencies. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with BNI. So those are business networking groups that are in every city and throughout the entire US, I think pretty much every city. And what happens is a lot of companies will come in to these BNI meetings. They're people that own businesses, and they're usually local vendors or local agencies, and everybody connects in there and they talk about what they do. So I would buy into a BNI, which I do, and I have insurance agencies or insurance brokers that are actually in my space. So I'm able to connect with them there and say, hey, create a relationship with them. This is what I do. If you have anybody that's displaced from a fire, I'm able to have properties. I have Airbnbs and midterm rentals, short-term rentals, long-term rentals, whatever it is, and we can accommodate. But for this situation, I'd probably talk about how you specifically handle midterm guests, or that's your specific place of business. But you know what? That's all it in a nutshell. You literally can create a business with midterm, again, not just by hosting nurses, but also thinking about the insurance side of things, thinking about people that are displaced from properties. And again, this is my biggest payday that I ever had for a midterm rental. And I know that we do have housing contracts for agencies for the healthcare side, but this is $2,000+ over what I would typically get from an actual contracted medical agency. So for me, the insurance play is a big part of what I'm going to continue to keep doing. I'm going to think about this more on a business to business type relationship things, and I hope that you guys think about that too. But there's so much potential, especially if you're in a bigger market. Just this being said, think about midterm space, think about exit plans if you need to eventually get out of the short-term space. Think about insurance companies, how they can play a huge role in allowing you to grow a sustainable business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation that I have had with myself and this camera that's in front of me right now, which I probably haven't even really been looking at, but I apologize for that. Please like and subscribe to this page, you guys. I put so much energy into these, and I need to be way more consistent than I am. But I spend a lot of time trying to figure out ways to help other individuals get started in the midterm space and the short-term rental space. But you liking and subscribing to this allows me to reach more people and allows me to continue making these videos and making sure that people are even watching them. But I'm incredibly excited about this space now. Again, it adds another chapter to the midterm rental market. And there's just so many different avenues, and that's what I love about, real estate and midterm and short term. Like, there's so many different avenues you can go. There's so many different niches. And you guys know I hate that word, and I'm going to use it again anyway. But yeah, I thank you guys. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you next time.